So these 2 pages here, the last 2 pages of Exhibit 2, is the MJ approval matrix. True?
Yes.
Of the 20 or so tours that you've worked on at AEG Live up until 2009, how many times do you recall AEG Live retaining the physician of one of the artists it works with?
This was the first time.
And this, you're referring to what?
I'm sorry, the This Is It tour was the first time I'd ever seen that situation.
And of the 20 or so tours that you've worked on at AEG Live up until 2009, to your knowledge, how many times has AEG Live included compensation in the tour's budget for the artist's physician?
This was the first time on the This Is It tour.
If an independent contractor performed and fulfilled his or her services for AEG Live in preparation for the This Is It tour, would you expect AEG Live to pay that independent contractor?
Typically, yes, we would pay.
There's no reason to believe that it wouldn't pay if an independent contractor fulfilled his or her obligations, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you recall, as you sit here now, ever talking to anyone about AEG Live's decision to include compensation for Dr. Murray in the This Is It budget?
Yes.
Who did you talk to about that decision?
Tim Woolley.
Anyone else?
Probably Sean Trell.
Was it your understanding that the amount that AEG budgeted for Dr. Murray was based on a contract?
Yes.
Are the pre-production costs items that AEG was expected to pay?
Yes.
Describe for me what a pre-production cost is.
Costs incurred prior to the event actually taking place.
And on this document here, these are pre-production costs and costs that AEG expected to pay, right?
Yes.
It would be AEG's money paying for these costs, right?
Yes.
But if the $300,000 that was budgeted for Dr. Murray, which is listed under the pre-production costs, was intended to be nothing more than an advance on behalf of Michael Jackson to be reimbursed by Michael Jackson later, that would be under artist advances, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So on this document that says as of July 1st, 2009, there's an item associated with Dr. Murray under pre-production costs for the amount of $300,000, correct?
Yes.
And there's a contract balance as of July 1st, 2009 for Dr. Murray for $300,000, correct?
Yes.
And Dr. Murray was supposed to be paid $150,000 per month, correct?
Based on what we've looked at today, yes.
Did you ever feel that Paul Gongaware put pressure on you to pay invoices without complying with the formalities that AEG mandated?
I have some recollection of requests in that regard.
And can you describe what you mean by that?
Oh, just he's an impatient person to begin with, and thus, and our vendor relationships are important to him. And it's, my impression is kind of a squeaky wheel situation that he would ask, but it didn't mean that we would comply.
Understood. So, if I'm understanding you correctly, sometimes he would try to push through payment for something without necessarily wanting to follow the formalities for that?
That's correct.
And would you stand up to him and say, listen, Paul, we need to follow the formalities, or would you do it?
No, it would push back for sure.
Were you ever concerned that payments were being issued to third parties or vendors inaccurately?
No.
Did you ever get the impression that Tim Woolley was putting pressure on you to process payments and other financial documents without following formalities?
No.
Just Paul Gongaware?
Yes.